Good morning.
It is a morning, friends.
It's a morning. Hi, everyone. We don't know if we're doing a stream today. Kind of up in the air. We're not sure yet, but we're gonna hang out and chit chat and dig around.
Someone has their cool gloves on, and
yeah,
what else can you ask of us?
Maybe take questions from the chat?
Oh,
That's a good idea.
cute. Somebody's gonna ask something specifically spoiler related, and we're not gonna be able to answer it because it's
Yep,
spoilers.
no spoilers,
We should have a spoilers.
Spoilers.
I actually, you know what? I'll give spoilers on everyone in the party, and
What?
they'll all just be lies.
Oh,
I'm gonna give spoilers for everyone, but they're all just gonna be not real.
it's all fake.
Moon's haunted. There we go.
Moon's haunted.
Did you all know that up until the age of 12, Matthias slept with a pink unicorn squishmallow? Spoilers.
See, now that's going to be
I mean,
The only thing
honestly-
about saying it is that you get to decide if it's real or not.
Well, wait. Here's the question. My brain. Okay, I'm sorry. Someone has turned the horny up to like 50. I'm like, what if could Kiara be his pink unicorn squishmallow?
Oh my god.
Horny on, man.
Horny on me.
On me.
Wait, is it horny because of the unicorn?
God damn it.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Did somebody come and ask Kiara to be their unicorn? When did this happen?
Low unicorn?
I don't know if that's about
Kieran Barden and
positive vibes with that.
are already sleeping in one bed. Look, just give it time.
Give them all.
I don't know if Kiara's been unicorn hunted in real life.
Probably.
I feel like being from the Raj,
I was about to say.
probably.
Yeah.
Okay, but you gotta weigh that with being from the Raj versus being royalty.
Okay, but wouldn't it just mean that it happens in the royal circles and not like the general public?
I don't know.
I feel
You
like
gotta have the audacity
Princess
to be like,
Galadriel and Prince Ajax were watching you across the room, and they totally dig your vibe.
they dig it so hard.
listen, I will say, if hot people unicorn hunted Kiara, they would be very on board.
I feel like the unicorn, like that vibe is really, I don't know. It seems kind of toxic, like from the inside out.
Yes.
And
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like the
Yes.
Raj is pretty healthy about like sexual things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Raj engages in healthy polyamory.
Yeah.
Very much
because they have
so.
the jewels,
Ethical.
right?
Yes.
Can't remember
They
their
have
name.
the court, the jewel court.
Yeah.
Jewel
And
court.
they're chill with it. They will just find you a person. Just like you want to freeze up, we'll find you a guy. Come
Listen,
on.
they're like, don't be creepy, just pay. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Does Kiara have
Thing
like
is so
a
good.
jewel assigned to her, or is it like a?
No, the jewel court is, Kiara's not a member of the jewel court.
Okay, can you
Nah.
explain what the
They're
jewel
like-
court is?
The jewel court is basically like the courtesans and whatever the male equivalent and non-binary equivalent
It's like
of that is.
there's high court, I think, and then middle, and that's jewel court, right? It's like you can be a minor noble in the jewel court.
You can, but essentially that is like it's very royal, very esteemed, but they are in part sex workers.
Interesting.
And also
I
a little
didn't
bit
know that.
size.
And
as well.
one of Kiara's primary, giving some backstory for Kiara. One of Kiara's primary caretakers and person responsible for bringing up Kiara was a very high and esteemed member of the Jewel Court.
That's tight.
Ah.
I
Yeah.
love
Right.
that.
And so that's why Kiara has grown up around a very healthy / not a big deal view on sex.
Yeah. Ah, I love that. Jeez.
Yeah.
That's tight. All right, VJ, spoilers? Got any spoilers for us?
Spoilers.
Sorry, it's the semi-precious court. That was the name.
Semi-precious.
Oh my god.
Precious jewels. It's all the same.
It was close. It was close. Sorry.
It's rocks. It's pretty rocks.
Rocks.
Indie rocks.
The rock court.
God,
Rock
let's see. What spoilers can I tell y'all?
They can be fake.
Oh, that could be fake. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something, and you're not gonna know if it's fake or not.
I mean,
Taz-
real.
Insight check.
Tazriel. Ooh, Shan, you'll know the answer whether it's fake or not, so don't say anything. Tazriel has actually. If y'all know the answer to this, don't say one or the other. Tazriel has. Okay, so one big man whore, big respectful man whore for the most part. Who he is, has slept with a mom and daughter. I don't think the daughter knows, but yeah.
Okay,
canon or not,
for
who
sure,
knows?
but you know that's real, right? Because you don't drop shit like that and be like, you can't say if it's true or not. Like,
Technically,
Well, no, but
there's no way to
I
know.
am.
There's no
I
way
know
to
what
know.
I'm about.
there's no way to know.
Oh,
Oh,
you were disconnected due to inactivity type
we
shit.
lost a guy. Okay, hold on. I
We
have
lost the DM.
a
I'm
solution.
Kiara now.
I'm here. Wait, who's in the DM? Who's the DM now?
Who's the DM right now?
Nobody, because Khan just switched us to just us hanging out.
It was the picture I drew of them, which is nice. It's like our DM is now animated.
I was going to. I did look up my notes. So the semi-precious court, they are one of the main political powers of the empire, and Kiara's not a member of the semi-precious court, but like I said, they were like their adoptive parent was from there, so Kiara spent a lot of time in there. But they are
Hell
the most
yeah.
powerful sex workers in the world.
That's tight.
I love
like,
it.
When I was making Arme, I was talking to Alex about like, should he be from that? Because that would be so interesting. And then I was like, nah, he's a freelance with other people.
I was literally thinking like that sounds like something that Ame would be involved in.
Yeah, it was. I think his boss is very much trying to make him into that sort of thing, but he's also so fucking dumb that he's not very good at the spy bit. He is so sweet and so himbo that he's not very good at. He's honestly just too nice to do that bit. He just gets
Ame and
directed
Kiara
and
need
does
to hang
real-
out.
Oh, they do.
I feel like that would be such a like power couple ish adjacent.
It's like,
Listen,
you know the
it
drug
could
girls
happen in
that
the
like
future.
compliment you in the bathroom.
Yes.
That's them.
Yes.
That's their energy
Listen.
right there.
In a polyamorous society, like they could totally be your hot thembo couple, okay?
Yes. Sorry, I just had a random like muscle spasm right behind my ear. I don't know what just happened.
Did you ever get turned on by hot thembo couple?
Kuja, if Kiara lives another 100 years, it'll be fine. Like you'll be able to meet him.
If
Unless this game murders her.
She could die.
that's you know what,
You
it's
could
a
die,
fair
you could
point.
be changed beyond recognition, you know?
Yeah.
Alex keeps saying shit like the doomed Fulcrum Expedition, and I gotta be honest, I'm a little concerned.
Wait, when has Alex called us
Wait,
the
y'all,
story.
well, y'all, listen, okay, you want some, like, half spoilers? Like, y'all know that this is,
Wait.
like, we're interacting in a fixed timeline, right? Like,
Yeah.
and that's not saying that what happens in the fixed timeline is what's going to happen, but, like, TVA Loki style, I've been watching a lot of Loki, it is our responsibility to branch the timeline, because in,
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
Alex's
I know
official
it's
timeline,
splitting.
it's the doomed Fulcrum Expedition, you know?
But that's what my understanding was, that we are creating a new timeline and have the ability to forge a different future for ourselves.
Okay, wait, do we know why it was doomed?
No.
Do we know what? Oh boy.
No, we
Yeah,
don't.
I'm
We
just
like
thinking-
getting fucked up a lot.
I'm just thinking this is a siren cover-up. Like, it was definitely doomed. We did not take things from this place and not show anyone. They were fucked.
Oh,
That's what
or
I'm saying.
imagine it's the doomed
Cover up.
Fulcrum Exposition because we came back changed and fucked shit up. Like,
Well, that is going to happen for sure.
Yeah.
What I was
This
gonna
is like
say,
the
because
moon cover-up.
I'm
version
a
of Walking on the Moon.
I'm a one-track mind guy. My one-track mind was Alex better not kill us before we have a chance to have a party kiss.
Exactly.
I'm just trying to have a tete-a-tete with like one party member. I need to get one. I'll get the rest, but I need to know it can be done. You know?
Gotta fuck. Gotta fuck.
Also, I'm hoping this isn't a donor
Bye.
party thing.
No.
Oh, who gets eaten first? There we go. Group question.
Who gets eaten first?
Someone said donor
Matthias.
party.
It's obviously Kiara.
No, it's Matthias. He touches everything.
That's true.
Oh, I thought
true.
you meant between
rest of
us.
Oh, gets
It's us
yeah,
eating each
eaten
other.
by the party.
What?
Oh.
Okay, but he can't die. So what happens if you eat him?
Wait, you just regenerate. You're the
want us
best
to find
person
out?
to
We
see.
had some excellent theories vis-a-vis eating the gods that I'm ready to pursue.
Oh, are you gonna use Kiara as bait to get their gods to come down?
If Matthias, Sloan said, if Matthias can't die, what happens if you eat him? Interesting theory.
I'm just a little concerned. You know what? This is like, I know that this is veering close to like kink stuff, because there's stuff about eating people.
Hannibal was a show.
But like
What's his face?
four.
Oh god, I just
Hannibal.
got Army Hammer flashbacks.
I have not seen, like, I haven't read everything about that situation, but I was so disappointed when people were like, yeah, he's a cannibal or some shit. Because, like, he's honestly really hot.
But also really
what is this?
problematic, alas.
Army Hammer is an actor in this, like, I think he's American, right?
Armie
And
Hammer is both an actor in real life and in the world of Strange Hungers. So
there's a rumor that he's a cannibal.
Well,
Right.
he was, no matter what, he was, it seemed
was
abusive
he
to
in?
his partners and cheating and doing all this other shit. But like, a lot of his comments were about wanting to eat said people he was cheating with, and they were like, oh, actual cannibal.
Oh, maybe he's just into vor.
That's not great.
Yeah.
Uh,
But I mean, what I was gonna say, the reason why y'all would eat Kiara first is because they were vegetarian. And so they'd be like, I'm not gonna do this, so just have at it.
I was like, does vegetarian make you taste better?
Yeah, that's my thoughts were too. I was like, are you tasty?
I think Nova would point out how much they are literally skin and bone, and just be like, okay,
Yeah,
it's nothing.
But you can transform into not skin and bone.
Something delicious.
That's true. But if you
I've
kill
asked
them,
that. I don't think that's quite how it works.
We
I
don't know.
I don't know enough.
There's
True.
no
Yeah,
way
I'm-
to know.
Listen, there's no way to know.
So it's just like, so how does this work? Like the wizard getting hold of a creature.
There is a way to know, because Barden literally chomped on her own finger.
Yeah.
that's true.
That's
finger's
true.
still
Now,
gone.
And the thing,
this is
yeah.
this is all coming from the place where, you know, we all know that if you eat someone, it doesn't really up your chances for survival, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
yikers.
Unless
But,
you do it really soon.
Unless you do it really fast, because usually by the time you get to desperation, it's too late. But like, if in the beginning
Yeah.
you're like, we're not gonna have food in 2 weeks, who of us is getting eaten? Then you have a fighting chance.
That's the thing.
Just to let stream know, we are not gonna be doing the game today. Word came down from headquarters, but we'll hang out for a little bit more, I think, right now.
Headquarters.
I will say the thing is, we're not going to descend into cannibalism as long as Chara's alive, hopefully, because they do have purify food and drink.
Oh,
They have
okay, but-
I mean, we're also magic boys.
Okay, but
true.
what? Here's the question: does purify food and drink only work on things that would actually be designated food, or is any
Let me
is it
see.
like anything's food? So like if we go out into the waste, you know that giant picture that was shared, and we kill that thing, and we cut off some meat of it. Is that now food for Kiara to purify,
Right.
or does it
these
just
are
not?
good
be.
questions.
So like extra
Because it
rest
says
Now, Matthias, as a third level spell, which that's going to take a while, but hey, we're getting there, can create food and water.
I can.
I don't know if I can at 3rd level.
So
I'm gonna be able to as
Matthias
well.
create,
Fuck yeah.
Kiara
I
purify. We're killing it.
Can make.
If I ever took another level in cleric, I might be able to do it.
I
Yeah,
think
clerics, artificers, clerics,
Feel
and
like-
paladins get create food and water.
Okay, well, so
I feel like I'm
if I
Mel doing it.
if I take a 5th level in cleric, I will be able to do create food and water.
That would be very
And I
useful.
can do 45
Because
pounds of
fucking-
food and 30 gallons of water
That's so
for
much.
24 hours.
I mean, we've got snow for water. Just
I know, I'm just saying
make sure
that
it's
we won't,
white.
we won't descend into cannibalism.
Should we eat the
Kara-
waste snow?
Kara is this close. Just make her like go fight a bunch of things and she can level up.
I don't think we should eat the waste now. Here's the thing: the wastes are so cold that like the snow is essentially like sand, right? It is so cold that like each individual piece of snow, like it doesn't melt and connect with like the other pieces of snow. You know, it's just like tiny little bits of water. It is so
How
cold.
do you keep your water
gonna-
from not freezing?
We're gonna try.
Enchantment.
Kara, hold it.
Precision?
We're just gonna give
Warming
Kiara the
charms on your
water.
water containers?
I just hold her to give her access. She'd be like, here's your
Have a
slushy.
gold, have a gold water pouch, as Taz does now have.
Oh my god!
How would
what
that
if they make
change
slushies in the
anything?
waist?
Do they make canteens with warming charms? I feel like that's a thing.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, like, pretty much any
be.
question that's like, how would you survive this? There are people who live in the wastes, not just the
Yeah.
order,
Yeah.
but like people who are there. And so, like,
Yeah.
they've come up with methods of
Wait,
surviving,
wait.
but
Wait, pause. There are people in the waste.
yeah, people.
People live
There are-
anywhere, baby.
Listen, I thought we were walking into a desolate waste landscape where
It
the
is.
only, I mean, but
Yeah,
where the
no.
only thing we're going, the only other like
It's not an uninhabited planet.
the only other like humanoid, because like people were going to be us and any other fulcrum, not fulcrum. Your order knights are. I did not realize they were going to be like people and not like.
I think
Dark
that might be
Horse.
part of why like the wastes are so ununderstandable, because in like some ways people go into them and then come out irrevocably changed, and then some people are just vibing living there. And so the
Yeah.
question is
Some
like,
people just
why?
stay.
How?
Like, it is very unlikely that we will come across any people. Because it's like the wastes are huge, and also like there's not a lot of people there, but there
they
are
are
some
there.
people.
And I'm pretty sure that like it's the vibe of like the wilds there vibing. So like it did used to have towns and people in the same way as the Ungekwan, right? Like the Ungekwan still has people, and it's taken over by the wilds.
Oh.
That's true.
Okay, see, I didn't. Okay, you know what? When I need to write down my questions because I should know some things that are going on in the Ngekwan. I should know some things.
That's actually
I
really
didn't know-
interesting. Because like the
I knew there were
Ngekwan
people
and
there.
the wastes are in like opposite corners of the map.
Right. They're kind of like, and yes, to chat, like the wastes are growing and encroaching and actively a threat. But yeah, as far as we know, a lot of like shit in the Ngekwan, we know people are there and live there, and we don't have contact with them anymore. But we know they're there and like alive, ostensibly.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, I
And that
take
they
it back.
have like, they can like breathe water just naturally because of like shit that's happened because of the wilds.
That's
So,
pretty cool.
like,
I didn't-
I'm a
anyway.
Nizon Day, the same sort of
I
thing
didn't
as
know
well.
that part, but I did recall that I did know there were people in the Ngekwan because I was really excited that I got Druidic from the game, because that means that I can understand some of these fuckers. Because spoilers, the Raj is fighting.
map.
Yeah, let's
So
pull
the
up,
chat
let's
can
pull up
see
the
what the
map.
Ngekwan
The
is.
Hold
Ngekwan
on.
is like jungle to the south.
Let me see if I can find the map. It's gonna take me a second, so you
And I
know.
don't know how to spell it either, Paradox.
It's like
so,
UN. There's like it starts with UNG. That's all I know.
Oh, it's in. I can give you the spelling of it. Give me a second.
Also, while they're doing that, some spoilers about the Ngekwan that may or may not be true. First off, there is a cannibalistic cult deep inside of it that likes to
Hello?
See, I'm gonna call your bluff there because I just feel like Alex would stay away from that cultural stereotype of cannibals in the jungle.
Yes, actually, no, you're right. You're totally right.
found your
Alex,
map, Sloan.
Alex wouldn't do that.
Is this the right map? I can't remember.
I found your map.
You did? Is it
I
the
did.
most recent one?
It's the one from July 30th.
Oh,
Oh no,
jeez.
that we have the comedy background on in
go in and
Soundtail
correct
to just
names.
balance our bullshit.
Where did I put this
no.
bastard?
Here, I can link what I found.
Yo, I just watched a video about Aztec blood sacrifices.
Yeah?
I'm gonna put it in out of
It was
game.
very
in Discord.
interesting.
That's the one I found.
Honestly, like there's talk about how like the reason that it was so pervasive in their culture is because a lot of them lost fear of death as a result of the psychedelics that were used in their rituals.
That's
Because a lot
fucking-
of times psychedelics like open your mind and make you be like, I see past death. And so they like would take these psychedelics and then be like, that's just the next step, baby.
That's
And
wild.
yeah, it's really
That is-
interesting.
That is wild. I like as soon as I said like cannibal, I was like, where am I going with this? Alex wouldn't do this,
Yeah.
and I also wouldn't put it in a world of my own world. Like
It's, you know, you say we were talking about cannibalism before. It was on the top of your head.
Yep, that's where it
it's
was.
all good.
Actually, you know what I will say though? I will say that there are cannibal cults in underneath the capital city of the Raj. Yes, that is a thing I will say. Whether it's true or not, who knows?
I mean, it's not like we saw that in a scene.
I always forget that politically and shit like that, the Ngekwan is like an encroaching threat on Sig's home. I always forget that.
Okay, all right.
It is.
I've
Yeah,
almost
look at the
got the map. Hold on, fit to screen. Here we go. Okay, okay, here we go.
I'm just gonna look at
There's
it.
the map. Here we have the map. Okay,
It's the map. It's the map.
There's a lot happening, but god damn, in
yeah,
the bottom
it's the
left
left.
hand, you've got the Ungekwan rainforest. Maybe I can like
Barovia's in there.
Barovia is in there, but it's like bottom left hand corner.
Wait, Barovia?
Yeah, Barovia,
Yeah.
Barovia.
I think that's Alex's like in-campaign reason for why Barovia is the way it is because it's in the Ngekwan, the deepest part that's been subsumed by the wild.
That's so fucking cool.
I think
God,
it's very fucking hot.
Alex is such a great world builder.
I know.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Truly.
It's not a rainforest. Oh, I fucked that up. What is it?
Oh, it does say rainforest on the map. Oops.
Yeah.
Oops.
Ignore that.
Don't look
The
at it.
mist.
For the
Let's see all
record,
these
this map
places.
is fucking massive. Like, this is a
It's
really
very
big
big.
image. And there's a lot.
Just sit and look at it.
There's a lot going on in it. Hold on, maybe I can. Let me reset this.
It's also not
transform.
the
Yes, here we
final
go.
file.
Where
by
does
the
it
way.
say? Where does it say the rainforest?
It's a
This is
regular
the
fucked up.
rainforest.
It's a
Yeah, it
regular
does.
fucked up pine forest.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, Sloan, you didn't put up the one that I linked in the chat because the one I put in only says the Ngekwan. It doesn't say
Yeah, it just says
Oh.
the Ngekwan.
This is the most recent
look-
one. This is the most
Okay.
recent one, which is why I put it in there.
CSKC.
But so that's my
Kinda gassed.
that's my fault.
Oh,
but
that's
these
such a
are the
great
skull
name.
atolls. This is where
where
Sig
Sig's
is
from.
from.
It's right there. It's
Here-
right
oh,
there.
shit.
Here it
Sig has personal
comes.
investment in figuring this shit out.
Wait,
Hey!
where in the Skull Atolls is Sig from? Which island?
Tinder.
Spoiler?
Here's- so here's something interesting that may or may not be it's a spoiler. What Sig lives on that is part of the Skull Atolls is not a static island. It moves.
Ooh.
So
Cool.
Oasia's from the entire area.
Okay.
And
That
the
makes
thing that
sense.
they live on that moves is
A sky island.
their turtle friend.
Yo, cool.
They just literally live on a turtle.
That's so cute.
God, I remember drawing them
yeah.
ages ago.
Not like elven sky islands, but Atolian sky islands. So lots of different people live there. But Yeah,
Yeah.
good shit.
A flying turtle.
And
Yeah.
then where
yeah,
are
okay.
on this map?
Vic. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, good.
Oh, I was gonna say, Vic, why do you think Oish was so affected by the creature you found in the deeps of the jail? Is because they know one. They're the same type of creature.
We really have to go back. Taz is going back. If he survives all this,
No, this is purely out of game revelations.
Taz is going back to free them. Like Taz made that promise and is planning on keeping it. And depending on how close they get to Oish, he gets to Oish, might be like, "Hey, you want to come with me?"
Oh fuck yeah, they'd absolutely go.
Also, you know what I'd love to see on the map is like, I don't know if maybe at a later point, but you're cool. I don't know, do they have like a season where they go north or south, or it's like, do they just go around in a
You're
big
cool
circle?
has a set pattern that is followed, but you'd have to
Oh,
get Alex
neat.
to tell it to you. And that's why
I'd love
like
to
they
see that
have certain
someday.
like festivals and things like that, is that they are marked by like what places they reach on the coast, on the islands, etc. And so like
That's
they have
so
different
cool.
festivals for different locations.
I love that.
Wait, so
Also,
in this on this map, where's everyone else from?
I got you. Okay, here we go. Fucking. Here, let's go. Skyholm. This is where Matthias and Barden are from. A little area.
Yeah.
You can see Port Int, which is where Matthias is from, and also the Tome Loft.
Where is it?
You. Oh, I can't see it.
It's like to the right of the Skyholm.
Oh, it's in fancy writing. It's in fancy writing. I can see it now.
Oh, I see Tome Loft.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm looking for where Matthias
Yeah.
is from.
Right below the Tome Loft. Port Int.
Oh, Poor Int. Yes. Gotcha. That's
and
not how I
then-
thought that was spelled.
I mean, Barden lives in Nook, but yeah.
Let's
I
see.
mean, mostly Tomeloft.
Okay, we got Abjur. You can see the
Yeah.
Ignis Academy is to the left and above,
Yeah.
right next to Mirror Lake.
And Jalraha is right there. That's where Kiara's from.
Hell yeah. And then above that, in the desert, is Bajau, and that's where Vice is from.
Ah.
Sexy.
Sexy lady with only
Oh my
one
god, there's
tit.
like a whole mountain range between Abjur, Skyholm, and Bajau. No wonder that war was so fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah. And then to the south there is Uranabara, right? Which Taz is not from, but spent a significant amount of time in his youth there.
Barden
Yeah.
has
That's
family
where-
there as well.
Yeah.
He was born there.
Places.
I wouldn't
You know,
me, but he's a hot tiefling, and he deserves to be included.
And then there's Nizande, which is where, that's where...
yeah, the previous campaign.
Yes. Fucking Shannon
amazing.
and I were in another campaign of Alex's. And
The Mist Mother.
We were
It was
in-
amazing, Alex.
Nagarulahari is the little city that we started in.
Place
I wanna
where
s-
people grew gills because the air was so wet.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
They could just breathe,
non-stream
breathe the air in the
campaign.
rainforest. It was awesome. Yeah, sadly, a couple years ago. But amazing.
Two things.
Yeah, Alex has been running this world at different points of history for many, many years. It's very fucking tight. That is why whenever there are questions about the world, Alex is like, oh, I just know the answer, because he's been developing this world for years. Which is very
Alex is amazing. Love you, Alex. I know you're in the chat. Amazing world builder. Two, I want to say that I think Taz would have preferred to have been stuck in Abjur than going to Aranobara for various reasons. Three, I have a question for all of you. First thing that comes to mind, if you were running a campaign in this world, where would you start it off with? And who do you think the BBG would be, or the overarching plot of it? Just first things that come to your head. If nobody has an answer,
I'll let the DMs go because I'm not a DM.
Fair.
let's look at this map. Let's pull up this map.
Also,
I
Alex,
have like a
do
few
you
that I
call
would
us
wanna run,
gay?
you know?
Huh? What?
Wait, what did you say?
Alex called
I've
us
got one.
gay. I was like, how dare?
I would do Aranobara because I love it, and
a
it's the
straight
area that I know
show.
most from Alex's games because I've had some fun messing with Furbolg stuff there. And the BBEG would be a robot guy because Oranabaru is about making up machinery and things like that. And one of my characters in another one of Alex's games made the first Warforged in 100 years time from this campaign. Made the first Warforged and therefore the first robots. So I kind of would love to see those robots being taken out of context and really fucking people up, and that would be really fun for me.
That's tight. I don't know.
I mean,
These
I
Warforged
feel like
also
there's
use people's souls, so that was great. That's very, very good for people.
There's so many places that I feel like I'd want to run a game, which I mean, like, I'd have to, like, compulsory first answer is that I have to run one from the atolls because when I first started the game and I was like, I want to do a character here, Alex was like, this is a chance for me to develop this area more. I haven't done it much. And so, like, I have a heart and a hand for, like, the shit that I feel like I have played a part in making there. And I'd love to, like, expose more of the culture and things like that. So that'd be really cool. I think the BBUG would probably be less like person and more like natural force that has to be stopped because the atolls is known for some pretty wild forces that people are like, that's wild. It's not wild, it's just the atolls. I didn't make that up, that's Alex's shit. But there's a lot of situations in that area where it's like something fucked up will happen to you and people will be like, you're wild touched, and it's like, nah, it's just regular world magic actually. But I also would like really love to run something like in the Ingekwan, in Barovia kind of shit, just to like sink my teeth into the ways that it is different from normal Strahd, you know? I just want to see that shit. I want to see what's going on.
It's linking to Strahd.
And
I've not played Curse of Strahd yet.
Yeah.
Barovia, well, Barovia is Ravenloft, which is where the first Curse of Strahd adventure is run.
That's so cool. I didn't realize that. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's Barovia Ravenloft is very interesting. I won't get into it. I've been reading a book, but now is not the time.
Okay, I want to know a book, so I'm gonna send you a message so I don't forget to ask you.
So, what about you, Vic? Where are you gonna run?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of political intrigue campaigns where like the players are in the middle of like a court. Like I run an Exandria Tale. I've run 2 Exandria Tales of War campaigns for Start Playing, and it's part like they're fighting into the next part because they're war heroes. They have all this political power and they get thrust into everything, and that really like I love that. And specifically, if Alex was fine with me making this edit to their world, I had this idea, like, can you imagine if like one of the ways that like after you've like made an alliance, sealed a political agreement in the courts, you fuck about it, and like you don't have to. There are other options to do it. Like it's not a requirement. It's just like one of many cultural practices. Yeah, you can, and you can say, I was making a political deal. I was doing my job, kind of situation.
Okay. It's rude to refuse. You know, I had to. It was just rude.
As someone whose literal job is negotiating deals, I have never fucked about it. Okay, first of all. However, one of the reasons why I chose the kind of law that I did was because at the end of a litigation, like at the end of a trial, there's a winner and a loser. At the end of a negotiation, everybody's won a little, lost a little, but you're celebrating because you're in the negotiation because you want to get the deal done. And so usually in the law firms, you'd have like these massive, like super fucking expensive, like blowout dinners with like horrendously expensive wine, all of that. And so basically you indulge in like, we have spent weeks, months, and so many countless hours trying to hammer out every detail of this deal. Now we deserve to celebrate all of our hard work and take a load off. So I think it is not... I don't think it would be unheard of for part of that to be, hey, we've been sitting across a negotiation table with a lot of butting of heads. And power plays. Let's.
You heard it, folks. Perfectly realistic. Also, I think the catalyst for this would be our god king, as it were, nobody has spoken to the Hierophant in ages. Like, maybe they're keeping a secret that the Hierophant died or something fucked happened, and it's thrown the whole place into a political nightmare. And so different people from like representatives for the different houses and whatnot and courts and blah 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 are trying to like vie for power, get support, be the next god king or whatever, and the players would be those political representatives.
I like that. That's
yeah.
tight.
That's cool.
And like just in the backdrop, they're trying to keep it quiet. Like this is all happening in Abjur, but they're trying to keep it really quiet because if it gets out, then I think like it'll start an actual war.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
like,
for
oh, the God
sure.
King's dead. Let's like fuck you and your imperialistic shit. We're getting rid of you. Fuck it off. Fuck it off.
I like that.
What's next?
I would actually love to run something in Bajau. Is in a similar way to like Sarah, because I haven't had a lot of like say in what's going on in Bajau, but like Vice is from Bajau. I really love Vice. I think that Bajau has like, first of all, it's like a desert, and I haven't really run anything in like a desert situation, so that would be really fun to kind of like play with the geography and like all of that. I just think it would be neat. And then like Bajau also experienced a really intense war and conflict, and like specifically I'm thinking of when the Empire kind of like got in there and like burned a bunch of shit and reduced like entire cities to glass, because the heat was so intense it just like turned the sand into glass. I just think that there would be a lot of opportunities for like, I'm really into having moments that are like totally like soul rending and shit, and I just think walking upon a like graveyard of glass is really interesting and sad.
It is sad.
You just want to hurt us.
Yeah, fully.
Pain.
Wait. Does Kiara's fire have the power to hyperheat sand? If Kiara was
I
in
feel
a
like-
desert, could she create like
feel
a
like you should be
sand,
able
like
to.
a glass dagger out of sand and throw it at people? I don't know.
I don't know
Also,
about that, but I
yes, the sandboarding 100%. That's the other thing. When I don't remember like how this happened. I think Alex and I were just talking about Vice and how cool she is, and then the like sand
What she says.
sand skateboarding, sand sailing came up because I was thinking of like, I just like thought of Avatar: The Last Airbender and the like sandbenders who have the like boards that they kind of like
Yes.
sail over shit, and I was just like, I bet that Vice went like dune sailing,
I was like,
just,
have anyone
like-
else grown up in a literal desert? Oh.
like just grinding on like, because the dunes are fucking massive. It's a huge desert, so I bet they just like go out into the desert, climb up dunes, and then just like go down like you're skiing or snowboarding.
I've done that before, and I have to say I've not been skiing ever, but sand dune hopping, like
It's fun.
just like getting to the top of one and jumping and letting your feet slide down, fucking choice experience. It's good shit.
Yeah.
So I grew up in a literal desert, but like we were in the city, so we would always go out. And yes, sand dunes. My favorite thing to do as a kid was you start running down a sand dune, and then as you run, your shoes get more filled with sand, so you get heavier and heavier. And at some point, you're no longer running; you are barreling. And
Yes.
I mean, I was probably like 10 or 11 tops. So, you know, you're not afraid of injuries at that age. But, oh my god. Somersaulting down a sand dune experience.
Wow.
But also, we did like try sand sledding, but it wasn't as, I guess the dunes that are around us were not tightly packed enough. So your sled would just go a lot into and like just get
Into the sand.
because it's
Yeah.
because it's not like hard packed snow where it's easy. Well,
I need to see if I
in
still
some
have
places.
the video of us running down the sand dunes. I'll drop it in.
anyone been-
Sorry, chat, you can't see it. But
Aw.
Drunk
Has
or
anyone
drunk.
been sledding? Like
Oh,
on
yeah.
snow?
Oh yeah, maybe
Oh yeah.
all the time.
I don't even
Part of
want
my childhood.
Well, it's a great unknown for me. The way sand dunes are for y'all.
Okay, we're in good company, Pooja. I've never been sledding.
I've
been
been
skiing
skiing once. That's it.
Fancy.
My school actually had, when I went to like a fancy private school, like 6th through 12th grade, with a lot of people with fancy private school money. And every year there was a day off so everyone could go skiing.
Wow.
But they did not cover for you to go skiing, so I never went skiing. I could not.
That's
We
wild.
did not have skiing money.
ski
But
money.
I was always wild to me that it was like, oh yeah, just take a day off. It's ski day,
That's wild.
right?
That is
Ridiculous.
truly-
Don't mind me. I'm just
my
moving
God.
stuff around on the screen.
It's all
worries.
good.
Well,
They
let's
also
get back
did,
to
like-
Yeah,
questions.
hunkies.
Wait, did everybody?
Finish your story, though.
Or like, if people want to pop out, that's fine. That's totally fine. We're just gonna dig around. I'm probably gonna go to the bathroom in a second, but like,
Oh hell yeah! I love pissing.
I did not go.
all right.
Yeah, okay, I don't run things, but like VJ, I am very intrigued by. I have a love for political intrigue in fiction.
Intrigue?
And so, what I know about the Raj, I just think it would be very cool to. I don't know when in time I'd want to set it. I might want to set it during the downfall of the Raj, whenever that happens. 'Cause
Ooh,
I
yes.
love political intrigue where the goal is like total collapse.
Yo.
And like it's like the dying yowls of a crumbling empire as everyone is scrabbling and scratching to hold on to whatever wisps of power are left behind. That's cool.
Damn, Pooja. Holy fuck.
Is this gonna be like the last days of Rome type situation happening here? Because that would be
That's
so cool.
what I want to see. I want to see what happens when all of these. Well, and especially because of Alex has made such a big effort to make the Raj not typical Western Empire. I would love to explore what political intrigue looks like when not confined to a Western view of how alliances work, how, like, as somebody who grew up in the West, a lot of my influences for this stuff is written from a very, very Western point of view. Heavily inspired by history in Rome and Greece and stuff. And so I would love to see and kind of bring in actual get inspired by history, and especially Indian history for me, because Indian history is fucking ancient, and it has always been a country before the British came of tons and tons and tons of small city-states, empires fighting for power, and shifting maps. So there is all of that built in already. So it'd be really cool to pull that into
That's fucking tight.
political campaign.
I just have this image of the God, the name's gone by, but the main city, like the Mirror Lake, just
Jaraha?
mirroring fire. Jaraha, yeah, thank you. And just this huge, faint, huge version of Agnita the cat just prowling and just watching it all burn. I love that. It's just big image.
Would Agnita be prowling happily, or would
Unless
the
she
fall of
wants
the
the
Raj
power.
be the fall of Agnita?
It depends. Is Kiara still around?
Depends.
Yeah,
Depends.
is Kiara still
Also,
around?
This is Kiara
Also-
doing this in my head. Kiara is bringing down the
Who
rush.
is Agnita? How closely tied to the
Yeah.
power is Agnita?
Who is Agnita is a
Good question.
great fucking question. I want to know.
A better question is, why is Agnita?
Why is Agnita?
How?
Somebody needs to love Kiara.
It's always who's Agnita, never how is Agnita.
Agnita.
Agnita's doing great. Kiara grabbed someone's ass.
Is Agnita doing great?
Kiara did grab someone's ass.
They were very proud of Kiara for touching a booty.
Yes.
As they should be.
Imagine how proud they'll be of Kiara for getting some.
Listen, I don't know if I've said this on stream, but Taz more than willing. I know I've jokingly said Taz will do his nightly duty for whatever Kiara needs as an heir.
You are so horny.
That's the joke. But the reality is Taz is just like, I'm like, Kiara's hot. There's nothing to do with our. It has nothing to do with our positions. Like he'll be like, whatever you need.
If you put it as a nightly duty, Kiara's gonna be like, no, I don't want to do this because you feel like you have to.
He'd tease you about it later, but it would not be the reality of the situation.
Sloan multiverse real? I just
Sloan
looked at the stream.
multiverse.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm just making a guy. I'm just sticking around.
I love that it's called Hot Guy.
Hot boy.
Hot boy.
Oh boy.
Also, off subject, but I'm really excited to show off Novel's form because I realized I haven't posted them anywhere.
Yeah.
Except for in our group chat. So at some point, the audience is gonna see, and I'm really. Although the thing is, the art is about. Oh my god, the art is almost a year old.
That's
That's
crazy.
weird. That's weird for me. It's gonna look weird.
Does this mean new art?
Maybe. I don't know. But people who have been in Nasty Them, Sloane's channel, on the Strange Chatter have seen some of the other forms, which is fun.
Yes.
I'm horny for them, which is always funny.
That's true. Based on what Alex is saying in the chat, I will also say that Agnita has never picked up. Well, I mean, this is a part of the fact that Alex plays Agnita. Agnita has never picked up on things from Kiara that's not there. And so I think Alex does a really good job of pulling actual desires that I have broadcasted Kiara having, and Agnita kind of encouraging her to act on them.
Yeah.
Because Agnita, of course, is a representation of passion, and so, like, yes, Kiara actually is horny for Matthias, if that is not obvious. So Agnita's fucking with that.
Well, you're the only one who's horny for Matthias, so.
I know, right? What a change. But Kiara is also like, I think. Well, that's another circle question. Who's you? Okay, let's play this game.
Oh boy.
Who in the party is your character horny for? I will go last because I already offered Matthias up.
Oh.
There's more to my answer, but I want other people to
Sloane,
know.
you go first.
I
You're
think.
first on the Discord server.
I mean, there's a safe answer here.
Okay. Well, obviously, like.
The real answer.
Okay.
Not Vic.
Okay.
Taz.
I can't say Taz.
No, you can't.
No, not Vic.
Okay. Obviously, he's very attracted to Tazriel. They've been having sex. They've been having
I
sex.
hope he'd be very attracted to Tazriel.
I think that he has noted that everyone is very attractive. He's had like some very nice conversations with Kiara that have made him feel very comfortable, which is its own kind of attraction. And I don't say that to be like, oh my god, she's cute. She's like my sister. I mean, like, no, it's like someone who like makes you feel very comfortable. That is a type of attraction that I have experienced. And then there's also Awaish, which is like, he's noticed that he hasn't noticed that they are flirting with him, but he has noticed. He's like, oh fuck, they've had
There's
some
some
intense
raw
moments.
sexual energy about the way that a wish conducts themselves. That
Yes.
is strange.
Yes. So that is another type of attraction that he is experiencing. And then Barden is
a little bit weirder, I think.
He's known Barden for a really long time. I think that their relationship needs to develop a little bit more if they are ever going to, if that interest is there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Not because
It's like you knew her as a baby.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And she kicked his ass.
And she kicked his ass, which makes things difficult.
Don't you hate when a bigger woman, overtakes you? It's awful.
I had to restart my brain for a second.
Do you want to go next while your brain is?
I'll go next. I feel like Alicia's been very clearly like into every member of the party at some point. Like they started with Barden, and then they were like, ooh, Taz, and that's why they tried to steal shit with Taz. It's because they always Sig does like a little trial run of attraction, always. It's happened with like every single person that they've fucked, except for certain people in college that they were like, this is a stress reliever. And then I feel like what's happening currently is that we're slowly getting onto the Kiara and Matthias train, So like the bricks are being laid for that. I feel like the first bricks are being laid for Kiara, and with Matthias we've been like walking down the path, like Sig has some things they need to do. And then once they finish that, they have some things they need to do, if you know what I mean.
Oh my god.
Is Sig stealing shit their equivalent of pulling pigtails on the playground? No. Sig steals shit for a very specific reason, and it's never sexual. Know that. But
Wait.
they do what?
Wait, is like never a sexual, like if you're stealing from us or if you're stealing with us?
If I'm stealing with you, that could be sexual. That
Okay.
could have a sexual connotation. It's if I'm stealing from you that it's not,
Okay. Okay.
But is the moon timer just a countdown to six? No,
Is it though?
what was I going to say? Sig does like people trial runs where it's like, I'm attracted to you, but they enjoy, I've talked about this off stream, welcome. They enjoy...
We've talked about all of this off.
Yes.
You have to get
Wonderful
going.
encounters
Gross.
because the nature of sex, if done in a healthy, consensual way, is very rules-based, and like has a lot of like structure into it, and that's something that they enjoy a lot, so that's why they enjoy the act. So that's why they do little trial runs, because they're like, are we compatible? If we sat down to talk about boundaries and consent, would you be down? Would you be okay if I called you a good little boy? Like that kind of shit,
I cannot wait for Sig and
Slur your
Kiara to
fucking
have this
face.
conversation. But I'll let.
Oh no! Alex's dad is watching it.
What?
Hi!
Everybody's an adult and is consenting.
Everyone's an adult.
We're all
So us talking about this on our table is not an invitation for other people to put our characters in situations they don't want to be in. Thank you.
True.
Yep. I think it's very clear that Taz wants to sleep with everybody. I don't think it. I don't think it's. I think the Taz has directly. I think Taz has directly propositioned to everybody except for Roish.
'Cause I'm so scary.
Not scary, annoying. But no. Okay, so obviously
Really annoying.
Oh my god. Obviously deeply attracted to Matthias. Have been sleeping with Matthias. Haven't done so on the boat.
Things have come up.
He's sleeping with his grandma.
No, things have come up for both of us. I don't think I do want to say I don't think at this point Taz wants to sleep with any of the party members. Like right now in this moment with the fuckery going on with him, does want to hook up with the Dari though. That is definitely that's definitely a thing.
Sick kid a test. That's a good one.
Hey!
Pirates are very horny.
Oh my god. Alex told me I need to put in the work, so I will do so going forward. Obviously, the trio, which is me, which is Taz, Kiara, and Barden, would love that. Yeah, listen, it's like we already have that, like someone was saying about like that comfortableness, which Taz really feels with both Barden, Novel. Well, Barden, Taz really feels.
Barden.
Yep, feels with Barden and Kiara. Kiara more so since he's divulged some secrets, but for specific reasons. So yes, happy about that. The thing I want to say, I am so fucking annoyed. Taz, am so fucking annoyed with Oish. So annoyed.
Why?
with this mother.
Why? I was so nice to you. You had a conversation with me, and I asked a question. What do you want from me?
Wow. The bar is in hell.
The bar is in hell. Listen, just so in like a general annoyance of like we were having a really fun time together when we were stealing shit, and then stuff just went downhill from there. So it's just generally annoyed with that situation. And then now is like, you're to himself, you fucking, what were you even trying to say to them? You've just made this 100 times worse.
No. Oasis is not. Oasis, don't worry. You haven't made anything super terrible by any means. Just as a reassurance, Oasis just literally didn't know what the fuck you were talking about. They were more confused than offended. They were like, "What's happening?"
I was like, and Tad doesn't know that yet. He's just like, "Okay, I have fucked this up. We'll deal with it later, maybe." Yeah, yep, that's me. I think Shan, you're the only one left.
So I have to do the rest of mine, but I'm going last.
Oh yeah. I'm good. So because of Novel's whole deal and not being able to be themselves to anyone, is kind of I've made Novel as a demisexual character because that's me, and I like making characters like that. So it would have to be if Novel knows someone and they know Novel, and you know they'd all have to be in this comfortable place, and then they'd feel happy about even considering that. But Barden has definitely fucked. Kasha has definitely fucked.
Important to note, they have had sex.
They do fuck.
Important to know. They know what's going on, but it's sort of Novel is demi-romantic, demisexual. Like they can do that, it's fine, but it's not the same. But I think out of anyone, Awaish is a little bit spooky because they fuck their uncle, so that's kind of feels weird.
It's not your real uncle.
Look. But also, I guess if we eventually have a reveal, like a lot of their fear about OH will hopefully be less, because that's the whole thing that they were worried about. Matty definitely was a childhood crush. Sorry, babe. Because Matty was the person who kind of convinced them that they could do some things. They could actually, Novel could, swing a fucking axe and knock a 17-year-old down. Sorry, it's so fun. I love that we repeat that. And to be honest, Kiara and Taz are so comfortable with them, and yeah, that would be an easy thing to go into because they're both very loving.
Question though. Didn't you once say that Barden/Novel only has sex where there's the emotional, like a romantic connection?
Fuck, did I? Shit.
I don't know. Why do I have that memory of
I think Barden has had a fling once in a summer in the Tome Loft, because it was this point of, I'm never going to experience this, like otherwise. So like with a relationship, I think it's the case of having sex within a relationship is the point. Like the idea of having a fling is different, but also Barden is so connected to Novel, and if Barden is caught, Novel is caught. So it's a very shaky place for them to walk. But yeah, they definitely had a summer fling in their home loft. Yeah, baby. Hopefully Siren didn't see. Sorry. Siren.
I'm sure he did.
Anyway, good job.
My turn. Okay, so Kiara growing, I kind of have to go back into a little bit of what sex was for Kiara growing up. As we mentioned, they grew up in the semi-precious court, which was the world's most powerful sex workers. So they've always been in a very sex-positive environment. But for Kiara, given that, so Kiara's never been in love or experienced romantic attraction that like in a love way. So they mostly hooked up with friends. And to Kiara, it's always been like, this is another thing, like, this is a perfectly normal thing for friends to do, to comfort each other, to help each other relax, to like have a good time together. Like, it's not that much different from like snuggling her buddies at night. So because of that, like, she doesn't have that distinction that, you know, other people in life do. And so because of that, like, I think Taz would probably be the easiest to sleep with because they come from a similar place, they have a similar understanding, and it's like, hey, let's have a good time and take care of each other in yet another way, because we already do this for each other in like every other way. With Barden, I think it would be a little like Barden would have to take charge because Kiara doesn't know what is and isn't like appropriate in their friendship and what Barden would be open to. Matthias is basically a young adult hero, young adult novel hero. So like, I think Kiara needs to de-pedestal him for sure. Me as a grown-up, I can say this. Kiara as a young naive bebe is just like overwhelmed by like just how much of like a fucking fictional hero he is, I think. And Awaish, Sarah and I have talked a lot about it, but there's so much that's going to and needs to happen between these two characters that when it does happen, I think it'll be really good because once again, Kiara comes from a culture that's very sex positive. We openly talk about consent, what is needed. And so in terms of like Oish being comfortable, being like, let's talk about what is and isn't on the table, what we want to do, all that stuff, like that is all second nature to Kiara and a perfectly normal conversation to have for anyone who wants to have it. Not Sloan, Awaish. I was looking at Sloan's map and my words I had three thoughts and I scooched one to the front and then I said the first one instead. Awaish shows up to the sexual encounter with a workbook and Kiara's like, bet, let's go. Let's go. Also, it's really funny. I have friends that actually do that. Oh yeah. Sex workbook, great. Yeah.
Novel Mothman real.
Wait.
Novel Mothman.
They're already basically a cryptid. So
my big game is who in the party, if anybody, is Kiara going to fall in love with if they were to fall in love for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, that feels like, yeah.
My money's on Barden. My money's on Barden.
I will say every single person is a possibility right now.
I love that.
Look, we'll have AUs. We'll have it where it's...
Listen,
Jesus.
we can all fall in love with each other, get married, travel around the world, do bullshit, go to everybody's home. Hell, Maybe you know what? Taz will retire. Taz will say fuck it and just
Enough hot people around Taz, and he'll do anything.
Her force spouses. Kiara goes out for adventure, comes back with 4 spouses. Sounds about great.
Side note,
yeah.
I do gotta say, fall in love, all get married. Taz will say, "Let's have 6 kids."
Oh my god.
Because he's from a family of 6 kids, so he's like, "Listen,
Amazing.
all the kids, there needs to be kids, and they need enough siblings."
You only
so
need
that
5. Awish comes with 1 already.
Taz wanting to have kids is so cute. It's so cute.
He's wanting to be a good dad. Adorable.
I feel like Matthias would want to have kids if he wasn't so afraid that he would fuck them up irrevocably.
See, I think Awish is like the reason Awish does so well with kids is because they're like, I know exactly what not to do.
This is what Matthias and Kiara have very similar opinions on children, is because Kiara's just like, I think Kiara needs more examples of positive parenting to see what that could be like, because Kiara's just like, I don't necessarily want a child raised by everybody.
Is giving you their dad, okay? Pooja, Novel is giving Kiara their dad. Like, there will
Take
be
my
one good
dad.
parent here.
Also, all of this is right now. We're gonna see who wants to. We have more reveals coming up in character, right? And so
That's
we'll
true.
see how this. We should revisit this conversation. Post some reveals.
Yeah,
and listen,
we need to keep revisiting this question, obviously.
Also, like when Shan, when you were like, "Oh, Barden feels really safe and comfortable with Taz and Kiara," like every time you say something like that, my entire insides are on fire, and then I'm just like, "This is gonna be great. This is gonna be rough. This is gonna be
Gay.
real good.
this is gonna
so
be
good.
this is gonna be
It's gonna
terrible."
be gay.
Oh God.
But it's gonna be interesting. I'm really excited for it.
Creatures.
I do want to say that Alex said in the chat that about Petra as a potential hypothetical romance NPC for Kiara. And on the note of that, I want to add that I wrote a letter to my mom asking her what I'm supposed to do about Petra, because I don't want to have to kill her, but I will.
Damn.
I'm like, Mom. I was just like, Mom, she's a
help.
fire knight and we take care of our own, but she's interfering with this mission. What am I supposed to do? I think I might have to kill her in the waste the next time we see her. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Have we considered recruiting her and just being like, why do you need to go back to the Empire?
They have a unicorn
That's
now.
not a bad idea. Listen,
Also, now your mom is gonna have to testify against you in court if you kill Petra.
Oh god.
first off, she would never.
Oh, what if that's the reason we all marry each other so we can't
Spousal privilege.
First off, she would never. Second off, you know, she's from a nut. Like, yes, she married my fuckhead father, who I wish all the worst things on, and wouldn't be sad if I heard he was dead.
Damn.
I hate him. I hate him.
I love when you make a guy to hate, you know?
Yeah.
You got one guy.
I hate every bit of this man, and I love that I outrank him, so he has to respect me.
What a bitch.
Like,
This game, we're just gonna have like a quick, like, one-shot session of us, all of our characters beating up Taz's dad, right?
and then Matthias'
Do you want
dad,
to
right?
beat Taz's dad more or Maddie's dad more?
What we'll do is get them in one room.
Yeah.
We'll work it out. We'll work out some.
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
get some fake letters going on. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Sloan, let's compare how terrible our fathers are to see who's top terrible dad.
What did your dad do?
Worst talk
Have
ever.
you read Taz's backstory? What didn't he do?
You know what he didn't do? Be a good father.
I'm so sorry.
That's what he didn't do.
Like, to be
for the
fair,
record-
I can join in on that conversation.
Which also has a good dad if we're in need of good party dads.
Listen.
Yeah.
Just not in like the. It's complicated, but he's a good dad. He's stupid.
He's what?
Is he himbo daddy?
No.
I feel like
He's
Oash
not
is
the fun kind of
money.
stupid, unfortunately.
Oh,
Considering how much Oash sends money home, I feel like he's bad with money.
Yeah.
that kind of bad dad.
Magnus, right?
Listen, okay. I threw some fiction in the chat a few weeks ago.
That's right.
And for anyone reading that, also the character Sinua is the one from the last fic that Awaish had the first kiss with. Anyway, just context. But yeah, that kind of goes into their family's deal with money. You'd see a little bit more of that.
I have to go read that.
Novel has a positive relationship with their dad.
Yeah.
And they have family in Aranobara.
I'd say Sig has a relationship with their father that is alive.
What? That is alive?
You know when you like grow up and you realize your parents are like human beings and like you can't ever be like have a super positive relationship, but you can still like love and respect them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say
therapy.
I want to say that before shenanigans happened with Taz is the youngest of his whole family, of his siblings. He's the youngest child, the youngest son. Wasn't any prospects expected of him because of that. Like, oh, maybe like, I don't know, maybe he'll join and become a knight. Maybe, who fucking cares? So his dad didn't really like, wasn't mean to him, but really wasn't like very, involved with him the way he was with his older siblings who were like, you know, the eldest and like, oh, you're going to be the head of the house, so blah, 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 carry on this bullshit. His mom, on the other hand, always great. His orc mom. Fuck his... I bring up the orc and tiefling difference because that's why Taz is very specifically like exuberantly excited about like orcs and family. He feels the same way about tieflings, but to a slightly lesser degree. So it's not like it's not like he's like, fuck tieflings, you're not my family or anything, but like definitely has that love. But then after shenanigans with Taz, like didn't handle the situation at all, is the reason Taz went to Aranobara for like 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, something like that, 5 to 7 years. He's a terrible human being. And I think if Taz could get away with it, I know Taz has talked about assassinating his father offhandedly to Vel at one point.
Nice.
but obviously he didn't do it.
I'm surprised Vel didn't do it.
I think they definitely offered to help me do it, but wouldn't take it out of my hands if I was serious.
Holy shit.
All I think is if Novel had grown up differently, oh man, Novel would be a great assassin. Like, as a changeling, just like, you know, they're fucking out of the room with someone else. Like, if someone else had brought them up, wow.
Yeah, I think that...
Thank God for Mountain.
Changelings are like perfect for assassination shit.
Assassination.
Because they also look like different people.
Talk about how changeling shit can fuck up Curse of Strahd stuff because you're just like, I turn into Strahd, I run across the countryside.
Also, I mean, I don't know if that works in Curse of Strahd, but I know in D&D settings that you cannot be a vampire or you don't suffer from lycanthropy either as a fae. So...
that's really? Oh wait, no, that makes sense. That makes sense.
But again, according to the rules we're using, I don't know if people mess with it for anything else. But I do have like a list of things that will fuck with Novel and things that won't spell-wise, which is really fun.
Nice.
I'm just really excited for someone to try hold person on them. Because that's going to be really interesting.
Can you not hold person?
Because
it's for humanoids, right?
Yeah.
You're not a humanoid?
Me, not me being like, oh, I could think of ways to use hold. No.
Are Fae
But
not humanoid?
Alas.
Not according to...
They're Fae,
But also,
so...
yeah. I was just
Like,
going to
They're
say...
more
so
like
also
sentient
someone-
plants.
Yeah.
Or
Or like fucked up bugs.
like...
Oh.
so like there's the type humanoid,
Yes.
right? Which is all of us except for Barden as a fae. And then the hold person spell explicitly says you target one humanoid.
That's so strange because they normally say like creature, right?
Right? But then there's hold monster, which
Is hold
targets
monster.
That's
anybody.
why. Okay, so hold monster would work on.
Everybody, regardless of creature type, would work on
It's
everybody.
so high.
There
Wait,
is
why?
also, like-
why am I subjecting my head to a wig? We're not playing.
Also, like, there's a spell that's like summon fae or summon monsters, and I just love the idea of Novel just suddenly being yanked somewhere else because they're the closest
Fully.
fae in like the district. There's
Gotta
also
make
like
their way
subjugate. There's like a spell that you can do that against fae or like demons and things as well, so they'd be buggered with that. It's interesting.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We have a ship full of creatures.
That's a creature ship.
Ship full of creatures.
I think I have one more question.
Wax. Yes, Discworld rocks. Sorry. Well, Paradox, that is very right.
What do you think would need to happen in the current timeline, like outside of like something controlling your mind, to turn you into like a BBEG that we need to like put down, like an experience that you have?
I have an answer for this. I think that Matthias could be like with a person who is like very manipulative, or like well spoken, like a bard type bitch. I think that he could be like manipulated very easily because he's got low intelligence and low wisdom. I think that he
You
could
just
be
would be
very
charmed.
well. The thing is that like one of his like flaws is that he still isn't fully deprogrammed from like the really fucked up shit that he grew up with. So I think it would be really easy for somebody to see that and use it against him. Cause like, yeah, I think it would be really easy. Cause his whole thing is like, he is not the person who makes the choices. He listens to other people who know better than him and then uses his like strength and power to further their goals. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like
I have an
really easy.
I have an additional question about that, but in regards to some past
put the
things that
pencil
happened.
Sorry.
But yes, answers to the rest of y'all. Who's up next?
Sarah?
Sure. I mean, I feel like it's not. I don't really feel like this is a like.
Surprise.
Oaish's arc is how do they not become the BBEG? You know, like they're actively learning how to not turn evil. So basically, what would make Oaish the BBEG is that if they did not character grow enough in order to stop that from happening, and then B, which like I mean that BBEG arc wouldn't be like actively against the party. It would be like Oaish decides that they are going to do something one way in order to achieve the goal that the party is currently trying to achieve, and the party is like, that's a fucked up way to achieve the goal, and they'd be like, fuck you all, and then it would be BBG time, you know? But beyond that, I think that in the redemption arc, if they were to like, which they're on the path of, BBG shit would be if God, I can't remember the name. Neve. If Neve was threatened in a way that made them have to make some choices that might turn them against the party, I think they would do a lot of that. They'd do a lot for that, even though if they won't admit it at this point. And we were just talking about this the other day. If for some reason after their current quest for power is achieved, they are brought to believe that becoming part of the wild would help them achieve their goals. That would be the...
Motherfucker, you and touching shit. Oh god, that's
Wizard.
cool. That's dope.
I want to listen to everyone else's answers, and then I'm gonna bounce. But I will love you all from my phone.
I'm probably my brain hurt.
Yeah.
After we
We
answer
just
this.
wrap up these answers and then
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Who's
Oh, yeah.
next?
Who wants to go next? Pooja.
Who?
Come on.
Tell me
let's
about
see.
Kiara.
Kiara. Alex and I joke about Kiara's Dark Phoenix arc all the time.
Yes.
Yes.
So, Kiara's. I don't know what, if anything. I don't think anything would be able to turn Kiara specifically against the party. But Kiara turning BBEG against the world could happen if Kiara. Well, once again, like Sloan said, Kiara also does not have very many brain cells. So if Kiara were convinced that this was a way to protect the party or protect people that she cared about, because as y'all may have picked up, Kiara is very chaotic, and so it really just depends on who gets their claws into her thoughts wise, because lawful, like, she doesn't care about laws or rules. It's more about what they think is right, and that can be influenced by certain people. So if someone's like, oh, the only way to protect the people you love is to go take down these empires, Kiara's like, cool, let's do it. So like, I think that's the BBEG arc for Kiara is very much like, fuck order, fuck the establishment, we're gonna go hog wild for the greater good. So like, I can see it being some sort of a twist on starting to do it for the greater good, getting lost along the way, something like that.
Nick, you next.
Oh no, I'm going last. You next, Jen.
Oh, okay. I think originally the thing that would maybe make novel go BBG would be rejection, I guess. Like the idea of them showing their true selves and then being reviled and completely, which wouldn't happen, you know, we know this. But the idea of being completely rejected, or their family being in danger because of who they are, because that is the reason why they've been in it for years and years and years and not been, besides trying to become a knight, not really been doing anything. So the idea of someone threatening their family, like, and eventually I think that would probably end up being the party because of them, then that might make something funky. So that would probably be for novel. Or potentially, depending on how much I learn about it, if I learn more about changelings and if there are more of us and things like that. Like the idea of protecting a whole creature, you know, like a whole race. Like, I think that would be interesting to play with.
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to us getting to the waste because I know Alex is gonna throw us up against some mind flayers, which means that Taz is gonna get royally fucked because he's just like vulnerable to psychic stuff.
Brain is Swiss cheese?
Yeah, his brain is psionic Swiss cheese. And okay, and so like I've been thinking about my plan if I get taken over by a mind flayer of who I would target and fight. And here's the thing, I imagine that Taz, if that does happen, he gets to completely let go. Like, I think he's like, ever since he started touching his psionic stuff, he spends a lot of brain power like holding it together, especially actively now that stuff is getting kind of wonky up there. And it's like, he'll be able to let go. I feel like it'll let him let his powers go, but he also might like, has anybody ever seen that Supergirl episode where like she gets affected by red kryptonite and all of the terrible thoughts that are at the bottom just come out of her mouth, like she has no filter? Okay, well that happens. Like she says every bad thought she has ever had in her fucking life, and like it's just a horrible human being. And I just imagine that happening to Taz when his psionic stuff is like oh, I don't have to hold back. Oh, I like all of my shitty anything, like really mean things, saying it to everybody, and he'll feel bad about that once he's like snapped out of it. But then he'll feel bad about how great it felt to not have to be in control with his powers. And if he doesn't like talk to somebody and reconcile that feeling, like he might start going down a, why do I have to control this? The world should just get everybody. I shouldn't have to hold this together, and everybody else can just deal with it. And so that goes down the path of like, okay, well, you're gonna fucking deal with it, and then BBEG boy.
Yes.
God damn.
Oh, sorry. I just remembered one thing for Novel. If Siren told them to go BBEG, they'd probably do it because they trust Siren, even though it's probably not a good idea. Because
he's very smart.
But he's so smart, and they love him so much. If he asked, probably. If Mountain wasn't there, probably a lot of things would be different.
Fucking wizards.
Just remembered that, and I thought it'd make Alex laugh.
Corruption arc.
Alrighty. Well,
Alrighty,
that's
friends.
the end
Gonna
of
head
our
out.
little question and answer session.
And
Thanks for hanging out with us, y'all.
Thanks for having me.
We love you.
Bye.
Fingers crossed next week.
Bye. Bye.
Nice.
Where's my fucking mouse? Okay. Bye.